Hey guys, Sideways Gear Guys here. I'm Seth, and today I'm going to talk about the Capita Asymulator. Well, I jumped on this board and had a blast in the deep POW, which this board kind of sits around, you know, more of a park kind of all mountainish snowboard. And it did really well in the POW, had a lot of fun in it, riding it switch and regular, like quite a few times, just jumping around. Very smooth from spinning around, you know, spinning your 180s. You didn't really have to force yourself back to regular or anything like that. And that brings me into being why and what is asym. Asymmetrical boards are where there's a deeper side cut to the heel edge, so it feels more like your toe edge. That being said, from when in back in the 80s when they made race boards, they make race boards and your feet are set up positive. And so it makes it so the heel edge starts a little bit below the toe edge contact point. As well as some companies do make like a magnet traction or edge profiling that is also shifted in the board to make your board track better on the heel edge. In the last few years, I've ridden a lot of these asym boards and I've enjoyed every single one. It makes you have a bit more traction on your heel edge, and it really does make your toe edge or your heel edge feel a little bit more like your toe edge, where you get a bit more grip and you can really grind out a nice longer heel side turn. That being said, we get back to the Asymulator by Capita. If you're a person who likes to ride a lot of switch and is jumping around and like to flow that, you know, 180, you know, to cab 180 and really like to float it around and that transitional rider and want something that floats well, you know what I mean? And you still have a twin snowboard and all that. This board I would highly recommend to take a look at. It was really fun in the trees, floated well, even though it has that weird angular nose. It didn't make it float any less better than it should have. You know, this one board was even float a little bit better than some of the POW specific boards I rode. It just had a really nice side cut on it that helped it cut through the snow and really finish those turns to the trees. And then when you hopped out and got out of the POW and onto some crud, it didn't slip out a ton. You know what I mean? It didn't chatter a lot. And I've noticed that in Capita boards over the years of riding them. They do make a really like smooth board, nice thick, meaty, friendly board to somebody who's a little bit heavier, and they are a little bit on the stiffer side. I wouldn't say they're super stiff. You know what I mean? The angry snowboarder called a couple snowboards really stiff, and they're definitely not. It's better to have a torsally stiff board so it's there when you're leaning on it and turning on it, but not once did I ever feel that this board was too much for me or was riding me. It really just let me pilot it around the hill, and when I wanted to spin it and do some side hits and throw some threes around, it really helped me do that. Plus it never took away when I was in the deep POW. As you can see in this video, there's a lot of POW riding, and it was that kind of scenario where I'm like, hey, I gotta ride the POW boards in the POW and a twin asym board in the POW, and it rode really well. I'd recommend this board to take a look at. Like, you know what I mean? Go down to your board shop that has it, take it, smell it, do the sniff test, do the flex test, and you know what I mean? Talk to those guys, see if any of them got onto it. But I really enjoyed this board, and if you're a twin shaped guy and you're looking for some asym and you never really have, and if you have never ridden an asym board, get out and try one. They're making some POW asym boards, which that's new. You know what I mean? That's been around for, that hasn't been around for very long, but check them out, ride them. They're quite fun. And you know what I mean? Just check out some of this new technology that isn't. It's just revamped and thrown into this. And the Asymulator by Capita is my recommendation if you're looking for a board that's twin and asym. It's definitely a fun, smooth ride. I definitely recommend it. And you know what I mean? Go out and check it out. Check them out on demo days, or if you can, if people have demos, do that. That's the best way to find out if you like a board or not. But also you can reference us. I do ride a lot of boards. This one I like. So go out and check it out. Until next time, guys, Sideways Gear Guys, out.